Hey YouTube, happy Thursday. Well, I want to start. I'm going to have a controversial subject on today. Controversial, but I don't mean any harm. But I want to ask you a question. Okay? Okay, let's take this example. If I tell you that I was molested by my father when I was, and this is a hypothetical because I didn't have a father, so I couldn't get molested by him. But anyway, I told you that he molested me all through grade school. Okay. I'm trying to figure out what benefit is it to me for you to send me $20? Or I broke up with my lover tonight and I'm heartbroken and I'm bent over in pain with emotional pain. How did you give me $30? What does one thing have to do with the other thing? So I'm addressing this thing with people jumping to the conclusion that money fixes everything, right? Particularly small amounts of money. All right, so I guess I should say just straight out, I don't mean this to be an attack on anybody in any of these current situations. And I know people are going to jump to the conclusion you're talking about S. Hutchinson, and I am not. I am not talking about her. I think it is all right to want to help people. Nothing wrong with that. Sometimes we want to help, we want to do something, and that's what we feel like we could do, is give somebody some money. But money does not fix all the problems. So I'm going to draw, let me see. Think about the Pilgrims. Okay, Pilgrims got here. Of course, they wanted America. And is it around Thanksgiving that we celebrate this? But the Indians, the Pilgrims could have came and gave the Indians a whole harvest of corn, right? Just give them the food. And I think the principle in that is they would eat the food and they would still be hungry. They would still be starving. The point is, teach the people how to grow corn. And they could eat for generations. They would no longer be hungry. But just giving them corn, that's not doing anything. So oftentimes people on here, they would disclose certain things, and those certain things will be reason for you to send money. Now, if I tell you I've been molested for my entire teenage years, which didn't happen, but if I did say that, you sending me a few dollars, that doesn't make any, that's not going to address the issue. The issue should be, I am damaged because of my past. Helping somebody would be for people to contact the person to perhaps meet off of the chat and say that I went through the same thing and here's how I got through it. Or there are services available to you in your town. You can go here or you can go there. Ask them, do you have money to pay for all this? There are free services available to you because no matter how much you raise, it's not going to pay ongoing therapy. Just not going to do it. People have bills and so forth. Most likely, they're not going to spend that money on a therapist when therapists charge $100 an hour, let's say. Anyway, so my point is this. If you want to help somebody, help them. Like I'll give you another example. In San Francisco, the biggest issue here with people like me, people of a certain hue in their skin, and other people, pretty much everybody really, is housing. Housing. Apartments in San Francisco. You see this little, what Wilson called my shoebox? You see this apartment right here? Open market, it would go for over $3,000. That is the medium rate. And I don't have no $3,000. But I'm constantly encountering people, not only in my church or in the services that I volunteer for, who are in desperate need for housing. So me giving them $20 is not going to help their housing situation. What I can do is I can tell them how to get housing in San Francisco. I can share with them the information that I know or how I got over, as the song says, to actually help the person. Throwing money at everything is not the solution, I don't believe. People will say, oh, why are you trying to, what do you call that? player hating, cock blocking, or some whatever terminology you use. No, I'm just starting the conversation because it's always puzzled me how everything is a cause for a GoFundMe. How everything is a cause for PayPal, whatever. And people can give as they want to. I don't give online. I'll tell you right now. That's why I never ask for anything. If I'm going to ask for money from people, I'm going to give money to people. So I'm just not in the game. But that's not the way I see help. Anyway, so there was a guy. He used to be in front of my building every day. Obviously, he was alcoholic. Older white guy. But I'm saying, what? But he's a nice person. Just every day, he always speaks to you. Never asks you for nothing. Just speaks, good morning, that kind of thing. He like to pet my dog on the head. Right? I can see this man is well into his 60s. So I asked him, man, one time he got beat up. I told the story when it actually happened. It was Christmas time when it actually happened, but he got beat up. Somebody punched him in the eye. All those things that happen when you're on the street. But I could see this man was well into his 60s. So I said, are you aware that you can get housing? You don't have to wait years for Section 8. You are a senior citizen in San Francisco. How long have you been here? 30 years. There's no reason for you to be homeless. So I gave him the information about how he can go and apply for the things that would help him get off the street. Now, this man eventually did die, but he was off the street because he told me he had cancer at that time. But at least he was able to die with some dignity, not just lying on the sidewalk. Point is, the information helped him tremendously. Now, I have helped many people in that way. Many people in recovery, sharing the information that I have, actually taking interest in a person. People that need housing, not just the destitute. Anybody in this town is struggling with housing. So if there's any kind of help that you have knowledge of, that's what you share. Giving them $10, $20, $30 is not going to help them in your situation. If someone is being molested, someone is hurting, so what, you send them a sandwich? I mean, what does that do really? Everything is not about money. Everything is not about money. I'm not going to criticize. I know the lady. Did I already say this? We're just getting over a bitch. I know recently the situation with Rita and her daughter and so forth. And it was a tragic situation. Some things came out that were hard. And Rita didn't seem to be, denying these things, right? But the point is, do we actually want to help this person? Do we want to tell them about our experience? Do we want to lead them into some service that will help them? Do there are people who are registered therapists? Do they want to volunteer their time to talk to these people? Do they know of hotline numbers they should call? If people are feeling suicidal, sending them $25 ain't gonna help them. Perhaps a phone number of an agency that can help them, one that maybe you have personal experience with, or you know somebody, or you are a licensed practitioner yourself. That's helping people. Everything does not require money. Everything does not require a GoFundMe. Right? Did I tell my book story before? I told the book story before, right? I'll tell it again, and I'll try to be brief. I love brief commentators, right? Anyway, so on my my first two books, I had to pay for them, right? On my third book, I decided I just had people that volunteered to help me do the first two, and gave me the money to do it, whatever. But on the third time, I didn't have any money, and I needed to get this book published. So I started the GoFundMe. I need money to self-publish this book, right? And they got a few dollars. I don't know, they didn't get no big, huge numbers, but people who knew me wanted to help out. But somebody really helped me. This guy name was King Brooks. Now, I know I told the story before, but all of you have been looking at me for forever. And it's not the main thing that you do is look at me. Anyway, this guy on Facebook, he says, why are you asking for money to publish a book? Are you aware of this program? So he gave me 3 websites, all leading basically to the same place, all involving Amazon and all telling me exactly how to publish my book with no money. Now, who helped me more? The person who donated $20 to my GoFundMe, or this person who showed me how to do the book myself, and I hadn't paid nothing. So all the 3 books I did after that, no money. You see what I'm saying? That was help. That was help. So when I sit down to write something, I know it's going to be published. I don't have to wonder how it's going to be published. So I'm only putting it as a question. Is the money to you people the answer to every problem? What does molestation got to do with getting money? It doesn't. I know I'm not going to name any names because I just want to start a whole bunch of controversies and get back in comments. Several times on YouTube, I've seen this situation. People say, oh, this person is abused. So they send them money. My question is the person still suffering from this abuse? Is the person in a safe place? You know, is the person dealing with the problems of their past? Are they in contact with people? Are they made new alliances with people who struggle with the same similar kind of things? You know? If I come on here, I tell you, listen, I just got diagnosed with AIDS, let's say. Example. Well, that one is true, but let's say example. Is it going to help me for you to send me $30? I just got diagnosed with AIDS. What does one thing have to do with the other? It got nothing to do with the other. You help the person by getting offline with them. Listen, I got diagnosed last year. What was it like? Like that. I'm making alliances. That's what helps people. Several people in San Francisco. I ain't trying to take credit. I know some of them look at me. Several people did not even realize, they didn't even know about certain services in San Francisco where you can get below market rate apartment. This apartment, below market rate. I got that information by going through the process myself, and I shared it with my friends. And now I'm not lying when I tell you this. All of my personal friends, with the exception of one, have got below market rate apartments in this most expensive city in the United States. Just information. Didn't cost them a dime, didn't cost me a dime, nobody exchanged nothing. It's just information. That's what help is. Okay, that's my public service announcement for today. Solution to it. I mean, it's fine. I understand the situation with Shelly. I already let her name slip. She just wants to help this girl out when all this information rushed out on her channel. And sometimes we don't know the people, whatever, and we feel like the way we can help is by giving them money. I'm just saying that I don't think it's always the answer or what the person needs. Okay? Just chatter, just talk, just conversation. What do you guys think?